Hello students, in this video I'll be discussing some important trigonometric formulae or trigonometric identities. Okay, so let's see. Imagine a triangle, right angle triangle. Let's say this angle is theta. This is x, this is y, and this is r. So what is sine theta? Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, which is y over r. Okay, what is cos theta? It is adjacent by hypotenuse, which is x over r. And what is tan theta? Tan theta is opposite by adjacent. Okay, so that is y upon x. Alright, now we'll start with the basics. The first one would be, how are these three related to each other? The first one would be, what is tan theta? Tan theta can be written as sine theta by cosine theta. Okay, similarly, what is cot theta? Cot theta would be cosine theta by sine theta. Alright, now look at this triangle. In this triangle, according to Pythagoras theorem, x square plus y square would be equal to r square. Now divide this by r square. What do you get? X square over r square plus y square over r square equals 1. That is, what is x by r? X by r is cos theta, and what is y by r? That is sine theta. So cosine square theta plus sine square theta, that would be equal to 1. Okay, so our third formula came from this triangle, and that is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. Alright, now what I want you to do is divide the whole thing by cos square theta. So when you do that, this cos square theta would become 1. Okay, cos square by cos square would be 1. And what would be sine square by cos square? That would be tan square. So tan square theta plus 1 is equal to 1 upon cos square theta, that is sec square theta. Alright, now if you divide this equation by sine square theta, this part would be 1. Then cosine square by sine square would become cot square theta, and 1 over sine square would be cosec square theta. Okay, so these are very general formulae you should be knowing about. Alright, now the next set of important formulae that you should be knowing are the following. Sine of theta plus phi. Let's say you have two angles summed up and you are supposed to find the sine of that. The formula of this is sine theta cos phi plus cos theta sine phi. Okay, sine theta cos phi plus cos theta sine phi. Alright, now using this formula, what all different formula can you derive? Now if you remember, sine of minus theta was equal to minus sine theta. Okay, we are going to use this here. So if you use this here, what would be sine of theta minus phi? Sine of theta minus phi, all you need to do is you just need to replace phi with minus phi. You need to replace phi with minus phi. So this would be theta plus minus phi. So that would be theta minus phi. So sine theta into cos of minus phi. This would be sine theta into cos of minus phi. What is cos of minus phi? It is cos phi. Okay, since sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, and cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta. Okay, now here this would be cos theta, theta isn't changing, cos theta into sine of minus phi. So that would be sine of minus phi is minus sine phi. So there you have it. Sine of theta plus phi is equal to sine theta cos phi plus cos theta sine phi, and sine of theta minus phi would be sine theta cos phi minus cos theta sine phi. Where do you use this? Let's say I ask you to find sine of 75 degrees. Okay, so how do you find the sine of 75 degrees? You could convert 75 to 45 plus 30. Okay, now using this formula, what do you get? Sine 45 cos 30 plus cos 45 sine 30. Now you know the individual values. What are they? Sine 45 is 1 over root 2, cos 30 is root 3 over 2, plus cos 45 is again 1 over root 2 into sine 30 is 1 over 2. Okay, so what do you have? Root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. This is the value of sine 75. Now if you have been asked sine of 15 degrees, then you could just convert it to 45 minus 30 and use this formula. Okay, now what else can you derive from this equation? If let's say both these angles are same, theta and phi are same, let's say theta is equal to phi, so this would be sine of 2 theta. Okay, sine of 2 theta. So what is sine of 2 theta now? Just replace phi with theta, so this would be sine theta cos theta plus cos theta sine theta. That would be 2 sine theta cos theta. Okay, this is another very important formula, very important actually. Sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta into cos theta. The other version of this formula is called the half angle formula. And what is that? Let's say instead of writing theta, I write something else, let's say alpha. So what should I write here? This would become, if this is alpha, this would become alpha by 2. This would again become alpha by 2. So I get one more equation, that is sine alpha, or you could just write again theta. So sine alpha is 2 sine alpha by 2 cos of alpha by 2. That is another formula. Okay, now this is a very very important formula, this one. Okay, so these are the formulas that are derived from this particular identity. All right. Okay, now the next formula would be cos of theta plus phi. Now what is cos of theta plus phi? It is cos theta cos phi minus sin theta sin phi. Okay, now what can you derive from this equation? Similar to sine, you could use the same logic to calculate cos of theta minus phi. Just replace theta with replace phi with minus phi. So you will get cos theta cos phi plus sin theta sin phi. Here as you can see, cos of minus phi would be cos phi and sin of minus phi would be sin phi. Okay, now what else? If theta is equal to phi, then you can see that cos of 2 theta will be equal to cos square theta minus sin square theta. Okay, cos square theta minus sin square theta, another important formula to be remembered. Now you can change this formula further. You can replace cos square theta by 1 minus sin square theta. Okay, so 1 minus sin square theta minus sin square theta would be minus 1 minus 2 sin square theta. All right, and the other thing you could do is you could completely convert this to cos square theta by just replacing sin square theta with 1 minus cos square theta. So in that case you will be getting 2 cos square theta minus 1. Okay, now all these three are equally important. What I personally do is I remember this formula. If I remember this formula, I could easily derive these two. Okay, now from these two formulae, this one and this one, you get a very important formula by just rearranging it. So if I rearrange it, what is sine square theta? This is a very very important formula. sine square theta. Sine square theta would be 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Similarly, what would be cos square theta? It would be 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. These two equations are generally used in calculating or understanding the mathematics of oscillatory motion, okay, like pendulums. All right, so these two again are very important formula. The next is tan. Tan of theta plus phi. Okay, now how do you find tan of theta plus phi? If you know sine of theta plus phi and cos of theta plus phi, just look at this. This would be sine of theta plus phi divided by cos of theta plus phi. Let's see what do we get. Sine of theta plus phi is sine theta cos phi plus cos theta sine phi divided by cos of theta plus phi is cos theta cos phi minus sine theta sine phi. Alright, now what I want you to do is just divide this whole thing by cos theta cos phi. When you do that, look at this term, sine theta cos phi by cos theta cos phi. Both the cos phi will get cancelled and sine theta by cos theta would be tan theta. Okay, plus cos theta sine phi divided by cos theta cos phi. The cos theta would get cancelled and sine phi over cos phi would be tan phi. Okay, and this divided by itself would be 1 minus sine theta sine phi by cos theta cos phi would be tan theta tan phi. Okay, so here's the important formula, this one. What is that? What is tan theta plus phi? It is tan of theta plus tan of phi by 1 minus tan theta tan phi. Alright, now from here you could find tan of theta minus phi, and what would that be? You know tan of minus phi is minus tan phi, so just plug in that value. You would get tan theta minus tan phi by 1 plus tan theta tan phi. Now what is tan of 2 theta? How do you calculate that? In this one, just replace phi with theta, so that would be 2 theta, and what do you get? 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. Okay, these are some very important formulae. Now let's look at some other important formulae. This one is sine of theta plus sine of phi. Okay, sine of theta plus sine of phi is simply 2 sine of theta plus phi over 2 into cos of theta plus phi over 2. Right, next is sine of theta minus sine of phi. This is 2 cos of theta plus phi by 2 sine of theta minus phi by 2. Okay, I'm sorry, here this should be minus sine theta plus phi by 2 cos of theta minus phi by 2. Right, next is cos theta plus cos phi. This is 2 cos of theta plus phi by 2 cos of theta minus phi by 2. Right, then cos theta minus cos phi is minus 2 sine theta plus phi over 2 into sine of theta minus phi by 2. Okay, these are again some formulae. Alright, now they have different applications. If you need to calculate like sine 53 plus sine 30, you could use this formula, or generally if you know the values, then it is fine. If you don't know the values, you could use these formula to do that. Okay, now the next set would be ratios of allied angles. You could call them trigonometric ratios of allied angles. Okay, now what are they? If I ask you to find what is sine of 90 minus theta, cos of 90 minus theta, and tan of 90 minus theta, how are you going to do this? First of all, the trick to remember all these formulae is, imagine theta to be an acute angle, so this particular angle would also be acute. Let's say you go, what do you mean by 90? From here, from x-axis, you rotate by 90 degrees, then come back by theta. So this is where you will be. So you are supposed to calculate the sine, cos and tan of this particular angle. This is 90 minus theta. So you know where you are. You are in the first quadrant, and in the first quadrant all three values will be positive. And you know about complementary angles. If you are supposed to find something related to theta and you have been given 90 minus theta, sine of 90 minus theta would be cosine theta. That is how complementary angles were defined, or complementary ratios were defined. So sine of 90 minus theta is simply cos theta. What is cos of 90 minus theta? It would be sine theta. And what is tan of 90 minus theta? It would be cot theta. Alright, now what about 90 plus theta? So 90 plus theta, first you need to identify which quadrant this is. This is in the second quadrant. Okay, how do you know? You go 90 degrees and then rotate by theta. So you're here, you're in the second quadrant. Now in the second quadrant, you know that sine is positive and cosine and tan are negatives. Okay, and since you're writing with respect to 90 degrees, you have to use the complementary functions. So here this is positive, so sine of 90 plus theta would remain cos theta. Cos of 90 plus theta would be minus sine theta, and similarly tan of 90 plus theta would be minus cot theta. Okay, I guess you have understood this concept. Now similarly, what would be sine of pi minus theta? What is pi? Pi is 180 degrees. Okay, pi minus theta, cos of pi minus theta, tan of pi minus theta. Okay, what would be their values? Now first identify the quadrant. What do you mean by pi minus theta? Pi minus theta is basically in the second quadrant. You rotate 180 degrees and then come back by theta. So you're here in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, again sine is positive, cos and tan are negatives. Now since you have written in terms of 180, you don't have to change the function. So sine would remain sine, and this would be sine theta, and this is positive because in the second quadrant sine is positive. Similarly, cosine of pi minus theta would be minus cos theta, and tan of pi minus theta would be minus tan theta. Alright, now what's the next type? Sine of pi plus theta, cos of pi plus theta, and tan of pi plus theta. Now how do you calculate this? First identify the quadrants. Which quadrant is this? Is this angle? This angle is in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant you know that tan is positive, so you know this would be positive, both these would be negative. Okay, now since you have written in terms of pi, you don't have to change the function. Then you can just write this is minus sine theta, this is minus cos theta, and this would be plus tan theta. Okay, I hope you have understood, you got an idea of how do you solve this. Right, now what else? Sine of 3 pi by 2 minus theta. I'll just write it again. Sine of 3 pi by 2 minus theta, cos of 3 pi by 2 minus theta, tan of 3 pi by 2 minus theta. What is 3 pi by 2? It is 270 degrees. Okay, now which quadrant are they in? I mean this particular angle, 3 pi by 2 minus theta. 3 pi by 2 is 270 degrees, and then you rotate in the opposite direction by theta, you're in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, you know, tan would be positive, so this is positive and both these would be negative. And since you have written in terms of an odd multiple of 90 degrees, if you remember in the previous videos, I've said that if you write it in terms of write an angle in terms of 90 or 270, you need to change the function to their complementary functions. So here in this case, since you have written in terms of 270 degrees, sine would change to cos, and this would be minus cos theta, this would be minus sine theta, and tan would remain the sign of tan won't change because in the third quadrant tan is positive, so this is going to be positive and tan would become cot theta. Alright, now what's next? Sine of 3 pi by 2 plus theta, cos of 3 pi by 2 plus theta, tan of 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Now I hope you have understood that, and you're able to predict that this particular angle would be in the fourth quadrant. And since this is in the fourth quadrant, what can you say? In the fourth quadrant, cos would be positive and sine and tan would be negative. And since you have written in terms of 3 pi by 2, you need to change the function. So sine would become cos would become sine, and tan would become cot. Okay, I hope this is very easy for you. Now what's next? Sine of 2 pi minus theta, this is 360 minus theta, cos of 2 pi minus theta, tan of 2 pi minus theta. Okay, sine, cos and tan of 2 pi minus theta. Which quadrant this is in? You rotate by 2 pi 360 degrees and then turn back by theta, so you're in the fourth quadrant. So in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive, sine and tan are negative, and since you have written in terms of 360, you don't have to change the function, so this would be sine theta, this would be cos theta, and this would be tan theta. Alright, now what about 2 pi plus theta? In 2 pi plus theta, you have rotated 360 degrees and then again you're back to the first quadrant. This is 2 pi plus theta. Okay, so in the first quadrant all are positive, so sine of 2 pi plus theta is theta, cos of 2 pi plus theta is cos theta, tan of 2 pi plus theta is tan theta. So what you can see here is after every 2 pi angle, after every 360 degrees, these functions will repeat themselves. You can see that if I say what would be tan of 6 pi plus theta. So what is 6 pi? 6 pi is rotating 3 times and then coming back to the first quadrant. So that would be equal to tan theta. So after every 2 pi angle, this function is going to repeat its value. Okay, so that's the reason why sine, cos and tan theta are also called periodic functions. Okay, sine, cos and tan are trigonometric functions and they are periodic because they are going to repeat their values after some intervals. Okay, now that's it.